Now immediately, first impressions getting on the bike, it's comfortable, guys. It's really comfortable. It's hard to describe. It's very low down, and it's easy to reach the ground with your feet. And the seat is quite soft and spongy. And the seating position is good. The seat is very long, so you can relax like I am now, and I'm basically upright right now. Or you can put your ass all the way back onto the little bump on the back, and you can be down here. You know, this is for going 70 miles per hour. Now, fucking hell, it's actually jeez. I'm gonna drop it down to first gear. I went first. Now look at the revs and look at the speedo. This is first gear. I'm like 10% throttle. Look at that, 60 miles per hour, 8,000 revs. It goes up to 11,000. So you can imagine how fast it is, right? First gear tops out. Google it. So yeah, it's not like a crazy beast down low, which is very confidence inspiring. You can just chuck it into a little bit of a higher gear, like right now I'm in gear 4, and I'm just cruising with 4,000 revs, 60 miles an hour, just cruising. Absolutely a joy to ride this. It's so easy to ride. Now you see a lot of people online. Most of the videos you're gonna see are gonna be of Hayabusas going like 180 miles an hour, you know, like doing crazy wheelies. They got like turbochargers and stuff. But it's not a scary bike to ride. I would say this is even easier to ride than my old VFR, which I've sold recently. I picked this up. This is easier to ride than that. It's easier to ride slow. Just because, oh, lots of gravel. Just because there's so much torque, and it's linear, it goes up linearly. It's so down low, you know, like very low revs, and I have a lot of torque. So the engine just keeps turning over without an issue. A lot of other bikes, they don't start pulling, they don't start feeling nice until higher revs, yeah? I'm going a bit slower because of the gravel on the road, you probably can't see it though. Yeah. Down low, so easy to ride. I reckon even a beginner could ride. I know it's a meme, right? I reckon even a beginner could ride a Hayabusa if you're doing the speed limit. It's not a problem until you reach higher revs. Now, I'm not going to show it on video because I've been trying to change the way my channel works a little bit and do legal videos. However, I can tell you, my friend has told me when you're above 7,000, 8,000 revs, the bike comes alive. It really starts to kick in about 6,000 revs. You'll start to feel the bike pulling you. And now, when I mean pulling you, I mean pulling you. Now, I know 1,000s are really quick. 600s are decently quick. But they have a lot of horsepower, they don't have a lot of torque, right? The torque in this is the same as a small family car, like, it's got the same torque as my old 1.2 Vauxhall Corsa car, right? The engine's bigger, and it's got double the horsepower. But the amazing thing is the torque on this thing. It is, I would say, the only thing keeping you on the bike when you're in the high rev range is is the bump on the back, you know, the seat cover. That's the only thing that's keeping you on the bike when you actually pin the throttle at higher revs. Your ass gets pushed back into it, and if you're not ducking down, you'll soon find the wind is pushing you off the bike as well. And if you sit up like this, you'll be like, whoa! It is crazy fast, right? But yeah, the torque is like the thing that is really exciting. I know it's got a lot of horsepower. What's it, like 170 something? It doesn't really, you know, whatever. Whatever. It's not unmanageable, you know. Look, I'm just chilling. I'm cruising right now. I'm going slower than I did on my VFR, and I'm cruising. Like, it just feels good to ride this slow on a Hayabusa actually. I love other bikes you want to ride faster because that's where you feel the adrenaline. On this one, it's just the engine is so smooth. That's all I can say is the engine's so smooth. The torque curve, well, it isn't a curve, it's just a line. It just goes up, and the higher you get in the revs, the more it pulls and the faster it gets. Now that may sound obvious, but on my other bikes, once you hit like high revs, the engine it stops speeding up. I know the revs get higher, but the torque, it doesn't pull you more, it doesn't push you back more, right? This, when you'll get into say 6,000 revs, it feels like you're in a fast car acceleration wise. 7,000, 8,000, it feels like you're in a goddamn truck. And then at like 9,000-10,000 revs, it feels like you're on a train. You know, it gets faster and faster. It pulls harder and harder the more up the rev range you go. And it is awesome. It is an amazing feeling. It's like a wave, you know, it's like you're riding up a wave of torque. A lot of bikes, they go nice amount of torque and then it goes a bit flat. This one just goes woo. So it makes it extremely exciting when you want to go fast, but it also makes it incredibly easy to ride at low speeds. It's just so easy to ride. Like, that is my main take from riding it for the first time. It's just so comfortable. The ergonomics are nice. It's just so easy. Like, there's no other word for it. Now, I have upgraded brakes on this. I think they took it from some Honda Cruiser or is it CBR? I can't remember what the guy said. I'll have to look it up later. But basically, the original brakes are 3-pot and they're notoriously bad. I mean, for the speed this bike can go, you want good brakes, right? So I've got 2-pot Nissin brakes on the front. I believe the suspension is not stock. I really need to like give it a once over and find out what I got. And that means under braking, it handles the weight quite nicely, and the brakes are quite decent as well. Now, that's probably one of the best upgrades you can do on this kind of bike, especially when you're alone on a motorway, for example, or a nice A road. When you're going 70 miles per hour, 70 miles per hour. Don't need to add another digit in front of that. Now, the other thing I like about this bike, the miles per gallon are very good. If you just Google the miles per gallon on a Gen 1 Hayabusa, it is very decent. I mean, think about it. It's a 1.3 liter engine, and it's got 160 horsepower and 130 newton meters of torque, and it gets like, I think it gets like 50 miles per gallon. You'll have to Google it. It's probably the easiest way. I might be wrong, you know. Look at this guy. I should just go over that path. That'd be funny. Look at all the gravel in the road. No problem. That's the thing. You don't need, in my opinion, you don't need like different modes and stuff, you know. Like, I'll tell you where my rain mode is. It's right there. That's my rain mode. That's rain mode. That's fast mode. Yeah? Now, it doesn't have ABS. It doesn't have traction control. Does not have linked brakes. Does not have launch control. Nothing. It has nothing, guys. It's literally just a bike. You and the bike. No electronic aids at all. So, you know, a lot of videos I've seen online of like sport bike riders, I'm not gonna name anyone, but I think a lot of the time they're saved by how good the technology is on their bike. If you get something like this, you're gonna have to actually know how to ride, especially if you're in the UK. Like how many corners and stuff we got. Those kind of signs, by the way, they're not 30 here, they're 30 there, you know, ahead. Listen to it. Yeah, the rumble of this bike is something else, because the engine is so big, and obviously on a bike it's not encased in like a bonnet and stuff, you know. So you can feel the rumble, and you can feel it. My friend has a Nissan Micra, proper old school one, you know. It's very nice condition. Little car, but fun. And I pulled up next to him. We were going on an A road in two lanes. Pulled up next to him, gave it some beans, flew off, and he said the the whole car vibrated. You know, he could feel the car shaking as I rode past him, and I just think that is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. The rumble from this engine. So imagine like I overtook this guy here. Just absolute, you know, at like high revs or something. I think you shit his pants. Another thing about it being easy to ride, because of the high amount of torque, you can just stick it in a high gear and just cruise like it's like an automatic. You don't even need to shift down half the time. And I mean that for real. You don't really need to shift down. Thinking about my VFR, if I was in 6th gear, it starts to lug at 40 miles an hour. Let's just put in 6th gear on the booster. I'm chilling. It's 40 miles an hour, 6th gear on a Hayabusa, and it's just it's smooth. It's very smooth still. It doesn't feel like I need to shift down or anything. That probably plays a big part in the fuel economy of the bike. I'm trying my best not to open up the throttle here. So when you're going quickly, and I mean quickly, pick a speed number in the triple digits. I've read this online. When you're going triple digit speeds, it feels like you're not, you know. Over 100, it feels like you're going 60 miles an hour. It is very, very stable at high speed, and the reason is that's what it's built for, right? So the aerodynamics on this bike are very, very good. For the time it was made, 1999, the aerodynamics are very, very good. But the new one's probably a bit better, right? But this has no Euro 5 regulations. Aerodynamics are fantastic, and that's probably why the seat cover at the back looks like the way it does. It reduces drag. And the second thing why it's so easy to ride at high speed is the length. Short wheelbase turns super, super quick. That's why supermotos turn the way they do, because they're so short. It means the turning angle is very high, right? Think of a very long boat, like a ship. Think of how, or a truck or a lorry. Think of how long it takes them to turn in a full circle compared to like a tiny little K car, for example. Yeah. So this bike is long. It is long. If I park it, I'll try and park it next to another bike if I ever see one soon, and you'll be able to see the difference in length. It is very stable at high speed. It feels like a missile, by the way, or a stealth bomber. Feels like a stealth bomber.